Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey here, once again with another video on The Flash Season 3. So just quickly before we get into this video, I just want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas, because this will be my last video until it's Christmas time, well, at least in Australia. And if you don't celebrate Christmas, then just happy holidays, whatever celebration you do, well, celebrate, I guess. So the other day we had a trailer drop for episode 10 of The Flash Season 3. Now the title of this episode is Borrowing Problems from the Future, and really sets up the team's focus on future upcoming events. I have done a complete trailer breakdown, which I will leave linked in the description below, where I go into much more detail with the other points that don't really need to be referenced in this video. So if you want to watch that, just check the description below, it'll be linked down there. Anyway, as you can tell from the title, we are going to be covering the topic of Killer Frost and her possible return later in this season. Now, I was actually going to make a video on this topic regardless of the trailer. I had it written down to do for a good week or so, but thanks to that new trailer dropping, it just gave us more to cover and go over, as well as basically giving us evidence that we can look at with our own two eyes. Now earlier this season, episode 7 to be exact, we had an episode dedicated to Caitlin and her struggle with her inner Killer Frost, which had been built up to in the previous few episodes beforehand. Although it was pretty sick to see Caitlin go full on Killer Frost, as it was teased in the season 1 finale, as well as us getting a taste of it with Earth 2 Killer Frost, I think it would be fair to say that it did end abruptly in that episode. I did think the resolution between both Barry and Caitlin was fitting. However, as I did say, it did just get resolved a bit too quickly, seeing it had been set up for a couple of episodes beforehand. So due to this, I don't think I was the only one thinking, yeah, we're definitely going to be seeing more Killer Frost again later this season. And as I said, thanks to that trailer, it looks like those thoughts are coming to life. The trailer has 3 points to reference in regards to the return of Killer Frost, but 2 of them can sort of be put together as one, but yeah, let's look at them. The first point is the news report from the future, where they are talking about the sentencing of Plunder, who is a villain who we also see in the trailer for this episode. At the bottom of this news report, you can see Killer Frost still at large. Reminder, this is 5 months into the future. So really, Caitlin going Killer Frost can happen from now until that point in time, so it's hard to tell when she would actually go into that Killer Frost mode. Next is this shot of Caitlin, almost semi-fainting and leaning against the wall, which is followed by her eyes going all frosty, indicating that Killer Frost is still alive. The only major thing to point out apart from the obvious, which is the Killer Frost eyes, obviously, is actually what Caitlin's wearing, funnily enough. You don't see her in this attire in the rest of the trailer. You do see her in 2 different outfits throughout the trailer multiple times though. And it's pretty rare that we see someone, especially a member of Star Labs, in more than 2 outfits in an episode. But what am I getting at by bringing this up? Well, this could be part of the vibe that Cisco takes Barry on. Or it could be the end credit scene of the episode. When the Flash logo will come up on the screen, there's a short little scene after that. It could be that scene. But as I said, there is a massive gap from now until that future scene with the news report. It is 5 months basically. So this scene could actually be a part of the episode, and it's just it could be right at the beginning of the episode when something else is happening. Or it also could be at the Star Labs museum opening, and that's the outfit that she wears, because that's going to be happening in this episode. In the trailer, you do see Barry and Iris, Barry's wearing a suit and Iris is wearing a dress. And this is most likely at the Star Labs museum opening. So this might be what Caitlin wore there. But just keep that in mind that this could be from the vibe. And finally, we have when Barry is riding on the glass panel. Now this connects to the first point, as I said earlier, with that news report from the future. The difference here though is that now the future events are subject to change. We can see Barry here writing in the word kid to make Kid Flash, as Wally now ends up stopping Plunder instead of Barry, which is what would originally happen in that timeline that Barry travelled to. Now there is some confusion in regards to them going back to the future. Cisco's vibing Barry's memories, if you know what I mean. They're not actually going back to that moment. So whatever Barry saw on that news report at that time is what Cisco is going to be able to take Barry to. So when they go to that future, Barry will see that he was the one that stopped Plunder, but he knows now at this current time that Wally was the one that stopped Plunder. So a lot of things, as I said, are subject to change. Now, as I said, obviously he's riding on that glass panel, and there are 3 more points under that, possibly more as we go over the glass panel to the right there. Obviously, one of these points is Killer Frost still at large. And I can see at least one more of these initial 3 changing, but I guess the big question is, will it be Caitlyn not going Killer Frost? And my answer to that is, not really, but sort of. And by this I mean that, yes, she will still become Killer Frost again, but she may not do the same stuff she would have done if Barry hadn't seen the future. Another quick point to bring up is that the costume department for the Flash did make a new Killer Frost outfit, which is different to the Earth 2 version, which we did see in that vibe that Cisco had earlier on this season. And speaking of that, I am expecting a recreation of sorts of that fight scene between Vibe and Killer Frost. Maybe not the exact same scene, but something pretty similar. But thanks for watching, guys. As I said, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to everyone else. If you did enjoy the video, it'd be very much appreciated. If you could leave a like on it, let me know in the comment section below, what do you think of all of this? Do you think that Caitlyn's going to become Killer Frost again? Or do you think because Barry saw that message in the future, they're going to somehow stop her from becoming it? Just leave them all in the comment section below. And if you are new around here, make sure to subscribe. I'll catch you later, guys. Goodbye.